Hi everyone, this is Ellie from the client team, and today I wanted to show you how to analyze your data using the analytics table, which is one of the most powerful tools we have on our platform. The analytics tool can be accessed by clicking here at the top on the analytics red square, and you will see this big table appear with lots of lines, lots of columns. It will gather all of the data you've recorded so far. So you have all of your last recordings on the different lines with the corresponding date next to it, and all of your parameters at the top. So those are the parameters we put by default with speed parameters, cardio parameters, locomotion parameters, and warm-up parameters. But the table is totally personalizable. You can change the parameters you want to put in, you can change the order, remove some, add some. You can also create some different configurations to have one focus on the speed, for example, one focus on the cardio, this type of thing. You can customize the table by clicking here, and don't hesitate to ask your CSM if you need any help with this. One of the most interesting features about this table is the average line here that you have in red. So this will show me the average of each of my parameters for all of the horses that I've recorded so far with the EQUIMETRE. So here, for example, for the best 600 meters, my average is close to 43 seconds. Same, I have the average for the recovery. So average fast recovery is close to 53% of max heart rate. Heart rate after 15 minutes, the average is close to like between 40 and 41%. So this way I can have a good overview of all of my horses in my stable. But what is also interesting with this analytics table are all the filters you can apply. So for example, I could add a filter, a date filter, to only look at the averages for December or for 2024, for example. Another very interesting filter is the horse filter, of course, because this way I can filter to only look at the data from one specific horse of my stable. So if I want to analyze his last trainings and see his evolution over time, this is a very interesting thing that we can do. So this way I can see all of his trainings, compare the speeds, compare the recoveries over time, and I have on the left the track to be able to compare on a similar track. So here it's French tracks, but this one is on sand and this one is on grass. So we can compare all the black lines, for example, which are all on the same track. So very easily I can compare the speed and see that it's getting faster over time. I can also compare the max heart rate. I can compare the recoveries. So here we can see with the speed that is increasing, recovery is slightly longer every time. But this is still a very good recovery, below 45%. And what we can see is that between this training and this training, we have a very slight difference in recovery, while we are getting a lot faster. So that's a very good sign for the horse. He's able to cope well with the faster effort. And we can also compare and analyze the stride length and stride frequency over time. But because it's a bit tricky to compare stride lengths on different track surface, I will add another filter with the track surface to only, for example, look at the trainings on grass. This way I can compare only on grass. And I can see here, for example, that my stride length is slightly decreasing over time. So this might be worth trying to understand what caused this, if it's the track condition, if it's a different shoeing, a heavier rider, for example. So this way I can really spot if I have unusual data in this horse. And also thanks to the average, I will be able to see if something is really out of order. Another very interesting feature about the table is that I can rank my trainings. So here I removed all the filters, and if I want to see, for example, who has the largest stride lengths in my stable, I can click on the arrow here and I will have the longest stride lengths at the top and the lowest stride lengths at the bottom. I can also wonder who from my 2-year-olds, for example, is recovering the best. So I can rank on the heart rate after 15 minutes to see who has the best heart rate after 15 minutes and add a filter for the age, for example. I'm not sure I have a lot of 2-year-olds here, but this will give you an example. So here I will have the horses from my 2-year-olds who recover the best at the top and the hardest recoveries at the bottom. So you can play around with all the filters, the ranking, to see very specific pieces of information and how your horses are evolving over time, which is very interesting. I hope this video was useful for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to your CSM if you need more information about the analytics table, want to discuss more of your data, and we'll be glad to help you. Have a great day. Bye bye.